Oh yeah, I didn't set up any. Okay, stream should be working, but yeah, it's only black screen at the moment. Second, and it should be good. Okay, it's not full screen. Sure, it matters. Hmm. Right. Today should be an interesting stream. I just wanna wait for someone to come over before I actually start. See what happens here. It's a new game that I'm not gonna be streaming the game. Game is just something to be on the screen. Something that looks nice. And I find these ships are quite nice. Wait, where am I? Go to the port. Oh, I'm next to the port, okay. How it works. I know very little about this game, but shouldn't be turning into the wind, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay, let's go to the port. So we would have some ships to look at, because this is not that impressive. Also, what are sounds? I feel like the Terrano in-game sounds. Graphics, social, sound. General volume. Okay, well, doesn't really matter. It's not not the main thing. Grand Admiral Hook. Amazing. I guess I can, yeah, find it. Don't think I will need it, even though I can join. I need to stop here. This. Can't join battles. Events. Seconds. Not gonna do that either. Right. Let's see. Well, we'll give it a couple minutes to see if anyone actually wants to join and listen to all of this live. Let's see. I should be streaming under. Yeah, just chatting. Yeah. Hopefully that's not. I guess it doesn't matter. If I was a proper streamer, yeah, I guess I would care about having not accurate category while streaming. Pretty sure that's frowned upon. Yeah, I wanted to do this. I want to do the final exam. So I think it looks like the ships there look nicer. Turtle ships are not oh. Because I did the the way I know how everything, well, I have a general understanding at least how everything looks, is because I did this yesterday. Well, I bought this game like 2 days ago. I wanted to try it out because I had it in my wishlist for years at this point. And now it's like 50% off, so I decided to try it out. But because I really enjoy nice ships. Yeah. So yeah, I decided to buy it and try it out. I really enjoy nice ships and naval combat games in general. Not World of Warships though, but well, I haven't tried that, but it's not all. It can't be just about naval combat. Like, yeah, there's supposed to be something more, like the exploration and stuff like that, trading, politics, like things like that should be in the game as well. Well, this game has all of that. Let's see, can I actually shoot? Oh, I don't have any cannons in front. So the thing is, I need to sink this boat in front of me. So that's the... Like, what I don't like about this game is, well, since it's an online game, you can't really... what's it? You can't pause or fast forward time, which you can usually do in single player games. But again, this stream is not about this game. I'm just doing something before people start. Well, before I get someone in chat. I need an indication that someone is actually, well, just in case someone will be watching, I want to get an indication of that. Slow down, I don't want to go past it. Is he turning? Turn into him. What he does. So yeah, this is gonna be an interesting... Oh no, he's turning. It's gonna make it as well. Battle sails. Sounds about right. Oh, I won't have reload in time. He's just gonna get another free broadside into me. It doesn't matter. I wanna be shooting at the other side anyways. Turning against... Guess we both gonna be... Should just... this? Okay. Yeah, this is not right. Set the convergence at 100 meters. He's so close. Oh, this outplayed me. I think outplayed by bots again. This. I'm gonna be turning that way. And now I'm sailing backwards, which is not something you can usually do. Oh, someone's in. Someone's watching. Okay. So if you're just joined, I'm not sure who that is just yet. Wait, I'm still saying. Okay, the game is not really the point. Like, it's just for something to be on the screen, because I don't really have a webcam and I don't like real life streams. Hey, Miloka, welcome. Glad you joined. I wanted to have some couple of minutes before I actually start my spiel to see if anyone else joins. But well, I'm fine with having at least, well, only one person joining is completely fine by me. Hopefully the chat is working. Is it working? Not sure. Oh yeah, you can see yourself, your messages on stream. Not sure that's a good idea. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. So, right. How should I do this? Well, I guess, I gave myself an hour to plan out everything I want to say, and that was nowhere near enough time. I got writing... Well, I didn't write a script, at least I tried to write out bullet points that I want to talk about. And I'm gonna fail. This bot will outplay me. That's... kinda sad, but the ships looks nice. So that's the point. The ships look nice. That's why I'm playing this game now, at the moment. There's no other point. And since I don't really play this game myself, like I just bought it, I don't really have any other ships to show off. I'm on my phone, so I will wait. Okay, well, good. Well, if you can hear me, that's fine. That's, well, that's the most important part, that you can actually hear me. And you can type as well, so that's great. Hopefully you like the ships. Hey, Risk, ah, my man. He's like, well, I guess I can start from the intro, like, well, since Risk is here, so I'm not sure if did Risk saw the thing I did on my Discord, where I pinged everyone about the upcoming stream. Well, I didn't expect anyone to come. Well, I didn't expect like people to come on masses. Like, it all began with. What do you mean? What's? I talking? What are you talking about? I'm confused. So yeah. Well, I guess well, it doesn't really matter if you saw it. I meant the story of the channel. Yeah, well, I'm about to tell the full story of the channel. Don't worry, that's coming. I think that's kind of important. So yeah. So how did this all started? Yeah, I have a whole list of things off screen to talk about. So how did I get here? What's the situation? What I'm here to talk about? So I guess I like games with more action. This is not really for me. Well, I'm not gonna be well. I will be gaming, but just because I want to be doing something. Like I don't want to share black screen. It's not the point about the game. Like it's yeah. Imagine like well. I'll talk about it basically. It's all good. Let's see. It took me like an hour to write, so I'm trying to save time. Well, not sure if that's the right thing, the right way to say it. Not save time. I'm feeling nervous because I think it's well, it might be a big deal, at least to me. So, streaming. You're here for the chit chat? Got you. Can you share Discord link here? Well, you have the Discord already. You are in my Discord. Sure, I can share it. Problem. Imagine people will be here. Oh, this is my Twitch. General, well, I guess I can make a new one. Will be easier this way. Well, you can. Well, you don't have to be in the Discord. Like Discord is unrelated. How long will it take for this bot to sync? I don't think it will be enough. Like 1 minute and so. A little bit further. Okay. He's burning. Good. That's good. So yeah, streaming. How did I start streaming and what I think of it? So originally I started streaming for the Minecraft build competition. So that's what I was streaming about. Like I started like so there is a community, level 1 community. It's a tech people community on YouTube. Like level 1 tech is their channel. Well, it's not really important. So basically they decided that since a lot of techie people are in their community, they want to do something with their community. So they decided to have a competition. Well, they are big enough to have sponsors and things like that. So they have people like Linode. Linode is the main sponsor. So collaborating with them, they decided to have like a developer contest, community-driven developer contest thing. But not everyone in their community is a developer, so not to exclude those people, they decided to have like a gaming challenge as well. So what they did was as a gaming part of the competition, they had a Minecraft build server set up where people can just join from the community freely and do a build in a given time. Let's see. So I wanted to participate there last year, but didn't really work out. Well, I didn't find enough time last year because it is an annual thing. It happens before Christmas. Like, it's a New Year / Christmas competition. They call it Devember, so it's developers and December combined. So this year they decided to have it have a longer period of time, not just 1 month. They did for 2 months. So that's why I decided to stream, to showcase the build I was doing, because I didn't really want to make a coding project, because well, gaming is a little bit more interesting. So that's why. And on top of that, to justify spending so much time playing Minecraft, I decided, well, might as well stream it, see if I like it, and as well as an added benefit, it's a way to show that I didn't actually cheat, well, that the whole build was done legitimately, because last year, when people saw the builds, they thought that people cheated, because they had just used a lot of materials, like expensive materials, like a lot of, what's its name? Well, basically the hard to get materials. So to avoid that, because I was doing a very huge, a very large build, like Risk knows what I'm talking about, because he was, he comes from that part of streaming. So he saw the majority of the process. He saw what I was working on there, and it was a big build. It took me quite a long time. I started streaming pretty much at the beginning of November, and yeah, I just, well, up until the end of the year, pretty much every day I was streaming, working on that build. That's, the streams are still up, as proof that I actually did it. What else? This is a nicer ship. It was huge, not big as comparable to others. Well, yeah, well, there were some other. Well, mine was, the footprint was huge, because I was building like an area from a movie. Well, it doesn't even, like, I was building Mordor from Lord of the Rings, so it's basically an area in the movie from. Oh, okay, I don't want to expand too much because it doesn't really matter at all. That's not what I want to do, and that's not what I'm planning on doing. My kid made the Minecraft server. Do you want to check it out? Maybe eventually. I'm not sure. That's, well, let's not rush too much. I might. It could be definitely could be a possibility to check something like that. But yeah, oh yeah, let's look at the ship. Very nice ship. I like this is like, okay. So let me check my notes. Did a video. Oh yeah, before that I was doing a bunch of videos. Can they play on it? Yeah, you can. Like, there are no restrictions on yours. I mean, I don't have my own Minecraft server. I mean, like, I was playing on a level 1 community server made for the competition. So, but you can still play on it. Like, people there are generally friendly. Like, they, well, most of them are working IT professionals. So that's the sort of people you get. Like, you get some younger people as well. Not everyone is a seasoned developer there, their 30s or 40s. But there are some younger people as well, like kids of those developers and friends and their friends and so on, like, and people who are interested in tech but not really are developers. Like, you get a huge variety of people there. especially now when the competition, like they don't shut down the server when the competition ends. Like they have it up the whole year. So the server from last year's competition, it's still up. You can still go and see all the builds. You can go explore the world. You can just play it as a normal survival multiplayer server, except you can't really destroy the old builds because well, griefing is very, like, they are very strict about griefing. So you can't go, well, if you go in and start destroying things, you will just get banned really fast. And they will reroll the changes, like they will undo anything you did, and yeah, that's gonna be it. And well, since they didn't have, well, it never was an issue, so it's just the policy. On yours, I mean. What do you mean on mine? I don't have a server. They can go on the server I built the build, and they can play there, yes, and they will be like they can enter the area, they can look around, they can do stuff, they can make their own build next to it. How can they find it? There is, give me a second. I can share a link to their Discord. Actually, I can share the IP, I'm pretty sure. I just don't want it to be visible on stream, just in case. Because some people, well, Minecraft, pinned comment. Second, where's the IP? Ah, the server is this, okay. Oh, was that before you explained it? Oh. Oh yeah, this is the forum post. Does it have the link? It's the competition. It's a link to the forum post about the competition I was building on. But yeah, that's not really the point. But you can definitely do that. Like it's not an issue. Ooh. Clicked. Didn't mean to join that Discord. Actually, yeah, I can do that. That makes sense. I forgot I can actually DM people on Discord. See. Yeah, I talked to you recently. Yeah, that's the well, they don't have IP, they have full domain because, you know, they're IT people, so don't the IPs don't look nice, so they set up domains. Like these are proper professionals. Right. What else? So yeah, before that I was making quite a lot of YouTube videos about Albion, because, well, that was the game I was playing a lot, and I still have plenty of videos, and most of the videos were just targeted to share between our group of people that I played with. Oh yeah, one more thing about streaming with the competition. I actually got a couple of streams where I had like continuous viewership. Not just continuous viewership, I also had continuous viewer engagement. Like, people were constantly talking to me throughout the whole stream up until the very end, and I'm streaming for like 4 to 6 hours per stream, so it's a significant amount of time. But I actually found, what I found is that I actually really enjoy it. Like, that was very motivating and, well, just a positive thing in general. I found it for myself, at least. So that's why I was talking about the stream. Like, that's the whole point. I figured, well, throughout 2 months I was streaming for doing that build, I found it really enjoyable. So combined with the thing that I was making videos before, like, it wasn't like a new thing I was trying, and kind of made sense to try out streaming. Then, okay, what do I have else next in my notes? Oh yeah. So people, after I ended the competition, people like Risk in particular, I would say he's like the MVP. I would say he came to streams pretty much every day, and he chatted, like we chatted about like general things. Like I usually just rant about China or cryptocurrencies or give advice or well answer dumb questions or not, well not dumb well, questions in general, regardless if if they are dumb or not. Like not that any of the questions were particularly dumb. I just NFT. Yeah, I can rant about NFTs as well. Like that's like I'm knee deep into that. No, I'll get to that. Like I have a whole script prepared, and I'll get to that part. Everything will be explained regarding that as well. But that is where I want to start. Is my experience with streaming throughout these couple of months. And after the competition, like there is well, okay, let's finish talking about Risk. Risk is actually a student. Well, I'm not. Well, he's studying IT, well, programming, development, and stuff. So he's really into that kind of content. My husband works with a platform for selling NFTs. Well, you know, if people are willing to throw their money at him, like you can't blame him for well for enabling such, you know, like I don't want to bash it because you know NFTs are objectively dumb. Well, at least the way they are being used now, it is dumb. But the technology has potential, like easy money. It is easy money, yes. At the moment, yes, it is easy money. But I'm not chasing easy money myself, so I'm not really doing NFTs. Well, I didn't, at least anything. I didn't go out looking for anything specific about NFTs. To work on anything specific with NFTs. If, for example, I got a proposal, like if a friend of mine invited me to collaborate on an NFT project, I might have done that. But in cryptos, like I didn't go out into NFTs, like chasing the latest fads. And well, I don't. Oh, it's not my thing. So I didn't get into NFTs myself. Well, smart contracts in general, because that's what NFTs are. That's all there is to them. But yeah, DeFi, decentralized finance, like I guess I can rant about that a little bit later, because now the dilemma about streaming is, well, not dilemma, but the conclusions I came to. People like Risk really are interested in development side, so they want me to stream development content, like how I'm coding something and so on. And I tried, well, I did a couple of experiments. Well, first one was a really bad idea when I barely had any sleep and decided to stream me solving algorithms, like trying to come up with an algorithm to solve a problem. Like that was a disaster. I spent embarrassingly large amount of time trying to come up with an algorithm which would decide if the year is a leap year or not. And like that was just oof. So so it didn't really go as well as I would have liked it to go. So I didn't really want to do that, and after that I tried to the streams, learning myself, studying some. Well, in that particular case, it was Twitter API, but I didn't even get to that point. I actually got into Python's graphical user interface libraries, which is it's okay, nobody judging. Like it's not about me. Like I'm not worried about people judging me. That's how I see it objectively. Like when I'm looking back on it, like I am embarrassed for myself. Like against, well, in front, not in front of other people. Like I thought my abilities were a lot better than that. Just, you know, a realization that maybe I'm not that great at doing those kind of things. But, you know, I had the like I didn't like I have a plenty of excuses to go along with it, so I'm not worried about that. But I don't really want to keep doing that. That's the point. And then I tried like showcasing how I study or investigate, or like, since he's studying to be a developer himself, I wanted to showcase how I actually do research and try to learn new technologies or APIs, like stuff to do with programming in general. So I tried doing that, and it kind of worked, but not really. I don't think it's... Well, I didn't find it interesting, and I don't think it was all that interesting to watch, because it's... Well, if you're gonna watch someone study how to create buttons and what are the capabilities, like, you might as well do it yourself. Like, you're not saving any time, and you don't really get any added value. Just I'd say the amount of time you spend watching that, it would be better spent just trying it yourself and getting actual hands-on experience, not just watching someone fumble around and see, like, just reading. Well, most of the time when you're doing things like that, you're just reading documentation, so I don't find it really interesting. Neither stream nor I can't imagine it being interesting to watch as well. So yeah, that's another conclusion I came to. So then I tried streaming random games, like, well, a couple of streams, like, and I didn't really find interesting to stream without a purpose, just to stream a game. Like, if I could stream this game, but like, I'm not really... I just bought it a couple of days ago. I barely know anything about this game. I just know that I like naval games. I like ships. They look nice. when you shoot cannons and you can see holes in the hull, I think that's cool. But that's pretty much it. Gamer request, Fall Guys. Fall Guys. I don't really know what that is. Oh. Right. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with regards to streaming. So the other part I want to talk about is about my Discord bots, which is the portion of... I'm not sure. Well, that's the... It's kind of separate from streaming, but Risk in here, in particular here, is not really in the know about that, and people who came, like Miloka, she knows a lot about the bot side. Well, there isn't much to know, but she is exposed to that at least, so she knows stuff about that. I want to talk about that. Well, give a brief history, hopefully not longer than the one about streaming, because streaming took 2 months, and I've been writing bots for substantially longer amount of time. So hopefully, okay, I'll try to keep it short. So, how did it all started? When I started playing Albion Online, I don't know, 4, 5, maybe 6 years ago. I don't remember at this point. It doesn't really matter as well. It is a really good game. I really enjoy it. Well, what actually got me hooked was the people I got to play with. Like, I'm not sure. People probably know I expressed this sentiment quite a few times. Not really sure what 5 means, but good. Thumbs up for that. Right, I basically, I want to say, like, Gaze, the guild I eventually joined, is just great. All the people there, I like. These are, I would say, the best 5 years. Oh yeah, okay, 5 years. That is okay. I'll trust you on that. 5 years. Yeah, yeah, not like this exactly. That's what gaming does. It has a way of sneaking onto you. Well, the amount of time you spend gaming, yeah, it has a way of sneaking up on you. But well, I guess that's just how it is. So you know, uh, right. So yeah, Haze was awesome. All the people there are great, and they shown me like that kind of gaming. Like, let's see. Well, they basically showed me a different kind of gaming. We are using bot for like 4 or 5 years. Wow, is it that long? Seems a bit. Well, I guess you must have been one of the first to adopt it or start using. It's been so long, but it's basically been a long time ago. Right. So yeah, Ace was great. The people there were great. Like and they definitely showed me a different way of playing games because, well, they were quite competitive. Like, oh, I can, like, this illustrates really well how what kind of gamer I was at that point. Like at one point, Squid, he was a 16-year-old guild leader of Haze. Like, Haze had a 16-year-old boy leading the guild, but he was really good at the game. He had a very good understanding about the game. It was free when we started using. Well, it is still kind of free, so no. it's well, you always had an option to pay for the bot. So. Well, okay, that's beside the point. The point is, what do you use bot for? I only see bots used for playing music or welcoming someone on the Discord server. Well, I'll get to that eventually. Like, it's not really important at the moment. I want to go through this because I have a lot of prepared, so I don't want to dwell on something that's not really on agenda. Let's put it that way. Right, different type of gaming. Oh yeah, the thing, what kind of gamer I was. I was at that time, well, Squid, who was 16-year-old boy who was leading the Haze Guild, and well, he was leading it for the whole time. He was a really good shot caller, but he didn't really get enough respect, just mostly because he was 16 and he, 16-year-old, a teenager who's really smart, like they tend to rub people the wrong way. Especially if your ego is a bit larger, maybe more easily bruised, and you suddenly get a kid coming in and who's obviously smarter and wittier and like better than you in any way. Like, so majority of the guys don't really take it all that well. So yeah, that's the kind of guy that Squid, well, allegedly still is. No, he's not 16 anymore. He's like 20 now. So, but at that time he was 16, and well, he was very young. That's the point. So one day, Squid asked me, how sweaty am I? Like, that was his question. How sweaty are you? Like, how sweaty are you? Like, and I was the sort type of gamer that I didn't even know that being sweaty means to be a tryhard. Like, I just thought I thought it was a bit odd to ask someone about the bodily functions, pretty much, like how much it's really, but I thought, well, if he wants to know, I don't mind sharing. So I just said, oh, I'm quite sweaty. Yeah, I sweat easily. Well, I didn't say I'm sweat easily, but I don't think he even understood. Like, I don't think he even realized that I have no idea what he was actually asking. I just said that yeah, I'd say I'm kind of sweaty. Yeah, that was my response. And like only like, I don't know how long it took me to to come to realize that question wasn't really about my bodily functions. It was about how much of a tryhard I actually am. And my response, like, well, the good thing was that my response kind of matched So I didn't look like an idiot until now, I guess. But yeah, that was the sort of gamer I was kind of oblivious to the try-hard part or community of gaming. So they kind of introduced me like, well, I guess since he took me as a try-hard, he really took the gaming, well, he himself took the game Albion Online quite seriously, so he did all the research you had to do to be a good shot caller. Like, he was following the all the top guys, all the top shot callers, like watching all the streams, all the competitions, all the like GVG matches and so on. Like he knew all the metas, he knew all the weapons, he knew all the strategies and so on. So that's what, and he was very smart. So he was able to put everything together in a very good package. So yeah, that's the kind of people I fell into. So where this is actually, I wanna give me a second. I wanna share a video. People have probably have seen these. I shared these on my Discord before. No. But the whole point of all of this is that Haze is why I actually started coding something for Albion Online. Because, let's see, I must share this video. This is just too good. Plasma, Haze, okay. I want it to be in front. So you will have to bear with me for a couple of minutes. But this is a really cool video about from history of Haze. Like, this is the guild. They're such. Let's see. So this is all montage of Haze. Like, this is like way back when longbows were OP. So we go way back. This is actually where I just joined Haze. So you see me there on the right. Can't really see myself anymore. But I'm running well here at the bottom. Yeah, half health. Like, I was very fresh at this point. Like, I was very new to the game. I had. Oh, I was so bad as well. I just played Frost because Squid said, well, I asked what kind of weapon he wants me to play because I used to be a tank when I started the game. So he said to play Frost, and that's why I picked Frost. Like, that's fine. Still a Frost main, let's say. Well, permafrost at this point. And I'm dead, like a true noob. And they just wipe people. Like, oh, it's so nice to watch. Like, you can see there's. I'm not even in this fight. Oh, that sucks. But yeah, it's 6 of them. Yeah, this is just. Yeah, people are fighting us with good loot, good gear. Like, it's not like we are just owning new players or something like that. But yeah, these are. Except here. Here we are. I'm not sure why is this in the montage. I think people just thought it was funny because one of these guys was actually streaming. So we watched ourselves wipe that guy on stream. I don't really condone, but I thought it was funny at the time. I'm not sure I find it funny anymore. Oh yeah, I'm in the backline as always. That was my strategy, to go very aggressive. Not a very good strategy, I'd say. Okay. So we had these fights were very fun. Like, Riz doesn't really play Albion, so you might not know this. But yeah, this is what Albion was about for me at that point. And this is about the time when I started. Well, we started looking around. I don't even remember how it actually happened. But basically I came across an application that can post data. Looks like League of Legends. It is kind of League of Legends. Very, very... It has that similar feeling. Except it's massive. Like, you have hundreds of people fighting at once. and like using their abilities and so on. So it's not 5v5 or well, you have 5v5s, you have 2s, 1v1s, and 15s versus 15. But open world is open world. You bring as many guys as you can, and you will fight as many people as they bring. So it's all fair. So it is a really cool game. So the bot, the whole idea for the bot started here, basically, playing this guild. And I wanted to share a couple of more videos, but I just couldn't find them because there are just like, it's not only that I feel like this. Oh yeah, this is, we're not, well, the guild is no longer recruiting. It's night now. So yeah, this is the sort of people I got with. It's full PvP game, and can you get the music off? Yeah, sorry, I forgot that I increased the music volume. Yeah, now the background music should be like low, shouldn't be intrusive. Hopefully. Right, okay, let's look at the ship, because I like I like the look of it. So right, so that's where the bot started. Well, it started with I found a Git. Well, I found on GitHub like basically a publicly published source code for a bot that can retrieve information from from basically Albion, the game, about the kills, and publish them on Discord. So I picked that. I started, well, I set it up so it would work properly for Haze, and it was very primitive. Like, a lot of people were using it, and it wasn't all that useful because it just said, oh, so and so killed so and so. It showed a weapon and maybe some information and like how much fame he got and so on. So, but nothing really interesting, because the game is full loot. Like, you really, what you actually want to know is what the guy was carrying, like what he what he got killed with, like what kind of gear he was wearing, and well, you want to know how much fame the kill was, especially if it's a very juicy kill, like if someone was wearing like 8-3 gear and got clapped by someone, and like 15 mil fame got split like 3 ways. I think that's pretty cool. So that's the sort of things you could share. But you actually wanted to know the actual stuff you got, because ganking is a big part of the game, and like all the gankers wanted to have a way to, well, it made it a lot easier. Well, eventually, that's what it came to. But yeah, that's where it started. I found that it was crap, pretty much, and I saw that I can make it much better. Like, I could actually make it usable, well, useful. So that's what I did, and I set it up for Haze, and it worked perfectly. Like, you basically got all the information you would need. There was no need to go into in-game kills or the official kill board to track who killed what, and yeah, who participated in the kills and so on, because, well, eventually it started, it was good enough that it could be used in like splitting the loot. So basically, people the local actually knows well what the bot is about, so I guess I won't go into too much detail any further. Like, so it basically it posts all the relevant information about the kill to Discord. Well, that's its function. And when I started using it in Haze, and Haze was quite competitive guild, we were getting quite good kills, and we were interacting with good players as well, who were also like into that sort of content. Like, it wasn't unusual for us to have like a preset fight, predetermined fight. Like, we were a small group, like maybe up to 8 players. Like, I don't think we had a larger group at that time. Like, it was usual for us to have like 6-7 players, eventually we grew to maybe 10 at some point, maybe 12. No, well, not a very large group, but it wasn't unusual for us to get like so. Well, another group would fight us or somehow got aware of us, and they wanted to fight us, and we would just agree that we will meet on that spot and we'll just have a fight, a fair fight. No, fair in quotation marks. Like we will bring like certain gear, they will bring a certain gear, so it like it's almost like high stakes gambling. But no, obviously it involves more skill because you actually need to know how to play the game. It doesn't. Luck is not that much of a factor at that point. So you just bring good gear, so and your enemies bring good gear, so you have an interesting fight where you actually have something on the line and you have something to gain as well. So, and those usually went pretty well. Like I can't really remember getting wiped on a fight like this. I can only remember wiping them, even lending players to their side, like telling people to join their. Oh yeah, in those cases, yeah, we did it in factions. So yeah, we told people to join their faction and come fight for the other side because to make it more interesting. So we were really focused on that. Like the guild was focused on that, but that was really good, really fun. But yeah, enough about Jace. Point is the bot. The bot was so people got to know us because we were pretty good at the game. I wouldn't say we were the best, like we won GVGers or anything, like because those are considered like the creme de la creme of Albion players, say. So beyond that, we were only interested in open world. We like the exploration. Like it was like an adventure. Like we all enjoyed that adventure style of gameplay because it was pretty much a good adventure. Right. I can check my notes. So yeah, people got to know us and people got to know my bot at the same time because we like the Discord had some traffic because of that, and people got to know the bot. Like they saw our bot was like superior in every way to anything else that was out there. So people started asking me to set one up for them. So I started doing that, and after that, it turned out that turned into they're letting their friends know about this, and they came to me asking to set a bot for them as well. And eventually it got to a point where I was just spending multiple hours a day just setting up bots for other people. Like I wake up in the morning. I remember waking up in the morning and I have more than 10 DMs from people I never seen before asking me to set up a bot for them. So and at that point I already had a Discord where people could actually, I don't remember, I think I had the Discord at that point. I don't remember. Well, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, people were so it kind of blew up. That's what I'm going to getting at. It got really popular at that point, so I decided that I don't really want to do this like that. To scale it up, I had to write a bunch of, I had to rewrite it in a way that would be reasonably scalable. That meant I had to separate I couldn't make requests each time I need to make a post. Well, basically, there's a bunch of technical details I could explain, but it's not really all that important. I can go into details later, like in future streams. I could go into details if needed, if anyone cares enough. So, where I'm actually going, what I'm actually getting to is, yeah, it got popular. I decided I can't do it for free. I decided I can't really waste my time. I set up another bot where people can actually, everything is automated at this point. Like I'm not involved in any way. People are still using it. It's still posting kills, but I'm not maintaining it. Like I spend like an hour a month maintaining it. So that's the level of involvement I currently have. Every time rich? I wish. That would be nice. Not really rich. Well, so when I had that, I wanted to. Well, since I had a server running and the server was the server I used to run was crap. Like it was like 10-year-old machine or something like that. That's what I was running it on. And it wasn't great by 10-year-old machine standards as well. Like it was quite weak. Like the processor I used to have on the server was Core Duo Quad. So it's 4-core Core Duo processor. Like it was before Intel started denoting generations of their processors with i3, well, i7. Well, before i3, i5, i7, i9 came to be. Like it was ancient. So I had to upgrade. Well, I had to raise money to upgrade. Well, I didn't want to pay for my own money, and like I had an option to donate money. Like I had a link. Pentium series. Yeah, I think it was Pentium series. I don't remember. Like it's not important. It's ancient. It was ancient. Well, it's still there. I can see it in the corner. Like it's well, can't really see it from here, but I know it's there, sitting in the corner of my of my flat, collecting dust at the moment. Like it's no longer being used because well, since the bot got so popular, I started monetizing it. Well, I decided to try monetizing it instead of just asking people for donations. I set up a system where you can use it for free, but for only 3 days. And when it expires, you can you can just keep redoing the trial thing. Like so, you can do the infinite trials, or you can pay, and you will pay for a certain amount, so you won't have to set up a new bot for that time. So that's the monetization way. And I want to increase the music because I think it won't be audible at all. I want it to be in the background, but not to be truth. Like, let me know if the volumes are not correct. So right, it got to that point. I needed to raise money for a new server, so I decided to monetize it, and that's the way I chose to do it. And it was very successful at first. Like I raised money. I bought I don't remember how much I paid, like 1,300, 1,500 euros for a new server. Well, it's not really a server grade equipment. Well, I call it a server because it is running a server operating system and has all the things you would expect to have in the server. But the machine itself is just a high-end workstation grade PC. So it's a tower machine with workstation grade motherboard, a decent processor, and I think it's 32 gigs of RAM. I think I tried to get 64, but I couldn't find the compatibility. Like the compatibility was crap at that time, so I think I went with 32. I can actually check. I've just been connected to it. Actually reconnect. Check what are the specs. Let's see. Give me a second. Boxed. It is my bookmarks. Yeah, I rarely even go here, so I don't really. Let's see, whole machine summary. Oh yeah, so it is a 32 gig machine with 12 cores, 24 threads, and so yeah, well, it is a decent machine. So that's what I built for, well, to run as a server, because it was definitely an upgrade to what I had before. Right. Okay, so let's turn so they won't be shooting at me, even though it doesn't really matter at all. Right. So I built the server. I raised money through monetizing my bot. that was very successful. Let us. I have a note about. So that's how the monetization came about, and it stayed. Like currently, like people ask me, like so from time to time, people ask me how much I'm actually getting from the bot, getting paid from the bot. Like it basically pays for the electricity at this point. Like I'm getting like from 30 to 50 euros a month. Like I'm earning realistically at the moment from people who are actually paying for the bot. Like the mass majority don't pay for it, and I'm completely fine with it. Like I get it. Like if you're a student, like games are not exclusive to people who have spare like what would you call it? It's not spare income, but like you who can pay would pay money for the inconvenience of having to spend like 5 minutes every couple of days setting up a new bot. So it's completely fine, and I'm not really like I'm not complaining or anything. I'm not really well. It is what it is. It's just how it is. It's just a fact. And I'm really happy with how it's going. So because it pays for electricity, as long as it pays for the electricity, like I'm fine running it forever. Like I don't care. People can use it. Like it will have longevity in that regard. So. Let's see. Okay, the next point. Oh yeah. Well, EA's eventually disbanded, so I lost interest in Albion as well. So that's. I guess I need to mention that. We did good things with EA's after that. Like we had a really good run. Like we went into like at some point we fought off PoE. We just like we had a Terry in PoE zone. We smashed the renters at first. We kicked them out basically without, like basically came and said, okay, this is ours now. Well, try taking it away from us, and we just kicked their ass. They went, complained to the PoE. PoE came with their Zerg and got smashed, trying to take back the Terry. So we got like we had a long journey from small scale open world fights to just smashing PoE Zerg that comes to deal with us. Which was peak of Albion, I would say. Like that's the peak of Albion content, I would say you can get. Smashing a major alliance Zerg is priceless. There is videos of that as well. I rewatch them when I want to chill and just to watch something good from back in the day. That's what I usually come back to. We had there are so many good videos of our fights, because Squid was a really good shot caller. Like that's like the majority of the credit goes to him. Like he was really good at what he did. But yeah, Gaze disbanded eventually. I got lost interest in Albion. I did some arenas for a while since I was sweaty gamer. In quotation marks. I'm doing air quotes, but even though you can't see them. Yeah, then I got back to Minecraft because it's a good game. I enjoyed it. I started playing on multiplayer servers. That's how I got into this whole thing with competition server. But yeah, and now I'm not really playing Albion. I think I would come back if Haze were to reassemble or resurrect. I would come back. Otherwise, I'm not really seriously considering coming back. Maybe at some point I will try something, but yeah. See, these notes seem wrong. Well, at the same time, in parallel, I would say, I was doing stuff with cryptos. Yeah, I'm getting to the other part now. At one point I set up a machine just for mining Ethereum at that point. Oh, I remember Ethereum. It was the first time Ethereum got to 1,000 euros. Like it was a, well, if you don't know what Ethereum is like the second major, well, like the Bitcoin is the number one cryptocurrency, and I would say Ethereum is number two. Like, at that point, Litecoin was the second one, and Ethereum was coming up. But yeah, Ethereum currently is the second most important cryptocurrency. I would say. But back then, it was just coming up, and it hit for 1,000 euros for the first time, and then I decided maybe I should look into mining. And yeah, I did some calculations, and it turns out it was very profitable. Oh, someone's writing on my Discord. Oh, flexing, yeah. Right. Let's see. So yeah, that's what I did. I decided to make a miner. I did some research, bought 6 graphics cards, I think at that point. Like I invested like 1,000 euros as well into mining cryptos, and I mined for a couple of months, and crypto prices crashed. Like Ethereum crashed so hard. Like it crashed tenfold. Like it went from selling for 1,000 euros to selling for 100 euros. Like that was a significant crash. I wasn't ready for that. So all the crypto I managed to mine like half of Ethereum through that time, and like it was worthless pretty much at that point. And people did the same. And people got into mining cryptos at the same time as well. So it became a lot harder to mine more cryptos. And the amount I mined, like the amount I was mining now, it was decreasing, and the value was dropped just through the floor. It was basically worthless. Like like as I said, throughout the whole period, I managed to mine half of Ethereum, and it was like not worth 50 euros at that time. And my investment was 1,000 euros into the hardware and all the electricity costs that was associated with running a PC with 6 graphics cards, like 24/7 at max power, because that's how mining works. So yeah, that was my first experience with cryptocurrencies. So I'm a seasoned crypto guru at this point. Well, not well. Okay, maybe that's not strictly accurate. Right. What else? Oh yeah, that gave me an idea that I actually, I tried working on the bot, continuing my work on the bot, like on the, I don't have one bot, I have a couple of bots. I have a couple of them in various stages of being finished as well. Yeah, there was one bot. It doesn't really matter. Like, I tried doing more bots for Albion, but I just didn't manage to finish them. I just ran out of steam. I just got more interested with other things, and yeah, I eventually didn't finish any of them. And did some maintenance reworks and so on, like things like that. And eventually I thought that I want to work on something more serious, so not just bots for Discord. So I decided I want to do something with cryptos, because I had some experience, some exposure, let's say, to Ethereum, which I already talked about, which wasn't great, but I read through doing the research, like I realized that it actually has potential. Like I'm still a strong believer in the future of cryptos. I see the values that it brings to the, I'm not sure, to the economy in general, because in the recent, not sure how to call it. Well, it was basically all the cryptocurrency, major cryptocurrency players, or the CEOs of major cryptocurrency companies, went to talk to the legislators in the USA, and they pointed that, like, they were spot on explaining what's the actual value of cryptos, like in our economy and so on, and I really like their explanation. I think they are really like, the actual point is that briefly, the point is that cryptocurrencies gives an option for people to transfer their assets into non-inflationary security. Like Bitcoin by itself is not really anything special. It's just some code, some data, but it gives a valuable tool for people to fight inflation, because especially now it is very relevant now because of all the pandemics and so on. To deal with that, countries are printing out money. Well, certain countries are printing out a lot of money, and yeah, people, well, cryptocurrencies gives an option for people who are skeptical about this kind of approach to do something with their money where they think it will, well, since Bitcoin is not inflation, like you can't make more Bitcoin. Bitcoin is very well attractive for the people who are really displeased with the rates of inflation, because well, you can go into the whole financial theory that inflation is not the right way to motivate people to invest their money, but because it is stealing from, well, you can argue that taxation is a better way to motivate people to invest their money instead of just flat out inflation, because inflation punishes everyone regardless of how poor or rich you are, and you can actually tax the people who are wealthy, and they are, instead of investing their money, they are just sitting on it. Hey, you have a follower. Thank you. So I personally am a strong believer in cryptos and so on, and I wanted to do something more serious relating with cryptos. And let's see. So I decided to make a trading bot. So that's my current project. I'm kind of finishing at the moment. That's what I've been working on for, like, I don't even know, for a long time. I was working on a crypto trading bot on Coinbase. Oh, Coinbase is pretty much a major cryptocurrency exchange platform currently in the world. It is based in the USA, so like there's more trust in. Well, I have more trust in it than some other companies like Binance that came from China, and they just moved their headquarters to some, I think it's Morocco or something like that, like in some small country that is convenient for them. So I don't really trust, like, they are officially the number one, the biggest, but I don't really like them, so I don't really deal with them. Well, I try to avoid dealing with them as much as I can, just because of my personal preference. I like Coinbase, so I started digging into their API, figure out it's not really all that difficult to make a bot that can do trades for me. Well, also I invested quite a bit of money along the time when I was mining and doing all the other things. I invested into crypto quite a bit, both in bitcoins. There was another coin I was mining, Raven coin. That's a cool coin. Like it has some cool use cases. It's more about proof of ownership than just store of value like Coinbase, or providing decentralized finance services like Ethereum. Well, smart contracts like Ethereum. But it is a really cool coin, and I still have quite a lot of it. And yeah, I'm really happy that its value increased. Like, I bought it at 3 cents, and now it's valued at 10 or 11. So my investment quadrupled pretty much, even though it wasn't a large investment. Like I invested I think the equivalent would be like 300 euros. So now if I sold it, I would get like 1500 euros, something like that. So maybe 1200, well, something in between. I'm not really sure, and I don't really care all that much at the moment. I'm not planning on selling it anyways. I'll just keep it until, because it doesn't really matter. If anyone's interested, I can explain that later on. I'm not here to advocate for cryptos. I don't think that's a good idea. Well, I don't think it's a good idea. At least I don't feel like I know enough about the future. I can't tell the future. So I won't try to guess what's gonna happen though. Because that's usually the perception I get from people who are actually advocating, like hardcore advocating for some cryptocurrencies that say, oh, the price will increase tenfold, it will go to the moon and so on. Like you just disregard these kind of claims. So I won't I won't try to do the same thing. Right. So I had experience. I wanted to do something more serious. So I started working on the trading bot. Because especially if you look at the price fluctuations, like you can see a way of making money. Like that's what was my thinking. So I started working on that, and I'm currently about to finish it, and I still can't make it more profitable than just like well, it is kind of finalized, and I'm just working on the algorithm itself at the moment, how to buy, when to sell, and it just I don't. For now, it's not working out, and I'm at the point where I'm losing steam, like I'm losing interest in that project overall. Like it's 90% done, and like last 10% just it, it seems like it might not even be worth it. Like I will still be working on it, but not on like I want to focus on something else. That's my point, and well, that's why everything is relevant that I talked about. So I will still be working on that, like low key. That's well when I feel like it, pretty much. But well, I kind of have a community that uses my bot on Discord, and oh yeah, I guess I can talk about more work side, because that's kind of relevant as well. Like my work experience, let's say, like professional work experience, like what makes me qualified as a developer. So currently I'm 32 years old. Was it? No, 33. Yeah, I'm 33 at the moment. Oh, that's a lot. So I started working as well, my first job in IT industry was as a quality assurance specialist. Well, well, we called it tester, but basically that's what I was done. Well, in English-speaking countries, I think it's called quality assurance specialist. But here it's just called tester because that's what that's what you're doing. You're testing software. Like you take the specification documentation and why is it funny? I wanna know. Well, I didn't intend it to be funny, but I guess if it's funny, it is funny. Right. So I started working as that when I was still a student in university. I think I was my last year of my bachelor's degree or something like that. But after a couple of years, when I was already studying for my master's degree, well, I was studying. Well, my bachelor's degree is in information systems engineering or something like that, and well, basically IT. Well, as in software development kind of IT, not hardware kind of IT, but IT system engineering. Well, it's programming, but it's more of a higher level of program. Like you more focused on writing out, like not, yeah, I'm writing out the documentation, specifications. Well, not documentation, but specifications like how to design, like designing application, like on structural level, like why do you need a database, what's the point of like how to design a proper solution for a given problem. Like usually that's how it goes. You get a client that wants a system, like especially at that point, like the IT revolution was like kind of starting, like not everything, like it, well, 10 years ago, maybe not. Yeah, it was already on, full on. Maybe not here in Lithuania. Well, yeah. So yeah, I'm Lithuanian. I guess everyone knows I'm from Lithuania. It doesn't really matter at this point. But yeah, at that point, yeah, the biggest issue, like the most common project you had, was we need to modernize, we need to convert our current process into some sort of IT process, like involving computers and so on. So there were a ton of projects like that, and that's what my specialty was, what my bachelor's degree was focused on. So basically taking the requirements, converting them into something that is implementable in IT, and basically like that sort of a designer. So that was what my bachelor's degree was actually about. It wasn't specifically about coding. We got to write some code as well, and well, a bunch of other things, like for breadth of knowledge, I guess. Right. So the second job, which was when I was studying for my master's degree, was I switched from tester, well, QA specialist. I was working like in a local company here in Lithuania, which had clients here in Lithuania as well. So I got to see what kind of projects, what's the environment. Like, I was very interested in that. Like, that was my main focus. I just found it fascinating how you can make a complicated, how these complicated IT systems work. Like, that was my drive. That was why I was interested in IT at all. Well, that's what I found most interesting about IT. See, I'm on fire, it seems. That helps. But what else? So yeah, that was my so yeah. After that, I thought I learned everything I think I reached the ceiling of what I could learn from being a tester, a QA specialist. So I wanted to switch maybe to being a proper developer. So I started looking for an option to work as a Java developer. Well, any developer for that. I actually wanted to be a C# developer at that point, but I got an opportunity. Someone offered me a job as a Java developer. Well, how should I describe her? My good friend that was my classmate at some point in the university. Yeah, I got in touch with her, and she was working at a different, very small company, and she offered me. Well, she said that they are looking for Java developers, so I applied there, and I got the job. So it was Java developer in quotation marks because I was actually coding Flash. It was it was an interesting project as well. Like, I saw, well, the most, like, I only worked there for a couple of years. I don't even remember. It was 2 or 3 years, something like that, before I moved on. But I got to see how people actually develop a product. Like, it wasn't a project for a specific client like it used to be in the previous company. Like, that one was mostly just, you say what you want, we'll say how we'll like make an estimate, say, well, we'll provide you the cost, how much it will cost you, and then if you pay, like, we can agree and we will implement that kind of project and we'll be done. That's our responsibility pretty much. And it's like we will support it if needed for additional cost. Like, that was the kind of projects I was working on before, and this was they actually had a product that they were selling as their own. So that was a different side of software development. So I was really glad because I got exposed to that, how that looks. The company was really small though. It had like 10 people working on it. Like, we had, yeah, maybe 10 developers in a house, pretty much. It looked like the house itself looked like our office looked like a house, like a normal house in the middle of the town, of all places. Like, it was surrounded pretty much by how would you call it? Apartment complexes. Yeah, I think that's the right way. That's how you would call them in English. Yeah, it looked a little bit odd, but yeah, it was a house, a normal house, but like in an odd place, and yeah, it was full of developers. Like it was, I'm not sure. Maybe it was built originally to be as a house for living, but eventually got converted into an office. It had a meeting. The meeting hall was really cool because it was well, instead of having a cellar, they had the meeting hall. Got to go. Okay, see ya. Well, if you wanna see what where I'm going to, you can always watch the recording later on because I will publish it. I think I will make an announcement about all of this. See what people think. What should I do? But I just wanna go. Like it's gonna be a 2-hour video pretty much. Well, maybe even longer if I keep on waffling too much. So if you can come back later on as well, give your opinion at the end, because I really want to hear what people think about this, if this is a good idea or not. So yeah, that's what I did as my second job. After that, after working there for a couple of years, I got a proposal to come work as a Java developer at IBM, which had an office here in Lithuania. And, well, you know, for a guy who had not that much experience. Oh yeah, I didn't finish my master's degree, by the way. Like, I studied for it. I didn't. Well, I quit before. Yeah. I guess I'm a dropout in that case. It's kind of a quality. All the. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna make that joke, but let's see. So yeah, I didn't finish it, and after that, I got an offer to come work as a Java developer at IBM. Well, I took that opportunity and went there and worked there for 3 years, something like that, and then I quit. Well, the work there was kind of like it wasn't all that new. Like the only new thing, but it was that I was working in a really huge company, so the environment was different. Projects didn't feel all that different. The implementation, like we used more IBM technologies, like the servers were running IBM versions of operating systems and so on, but it wasn't. I wouldn't say it's like there wasn't any major difference. Say. So yeah, but one thing that I really didn't like about working at IBM, they were very strict about intellectual property development. So like the issue I had is that making your own IP was not allowed. Like you can't work on anything after hours for yourself. Basically, if you code anything after hours, it belongs to IBM. So that's how the contract is worded. That's what it literally said. So I really didn't like it because I wanted to work on other stuff that's not related to my work. Like I'm not gonna steal. Like I'm not working on any internal IBM, like a Watson or anything, IBM AI or anything. So I didn't really have access to steal anything that important. So I didn't see what the big deal is, because well, I was working on a government, like on how should I describe it? A government project, basically. So it was a government company, had a huge system that IBM created and was maintaining, so and expanding as needed. So I was working on that. So it was like it's like a normal project, I would say. Yeah, but I really didn't like that. I started looking out for my way out back then because of this. Because I wanted to do something with, well, I thought at that point I have enough knowledge that I can actually make something of my own. And yeah, I just didn't, I really didn't like that I couldn't just because of my employer. So yeah. Well, the actual the point I decided to quit IBM, like I quit, I don't even know, quite a few years ago. I don't even want to think about 5 years ago. Something like that. Maybe even more. Ooh, I'm thinking. It's not good. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so... well, I'm not sure if... well, I'll just briefly go through the things that happened in my life. Just to show... Well, you know, I don't really care. If people know about this, I don't think it's a big deal. Shit happens. Like, it's just facts. At this point, it's been long enough that it doesn't really matter, I would say. So basically, at that, well, that was the situation, and my dad actually got into an accident. He got hit by a car while driving a bicycle, and he got well, he got his skull cracked. Well, it was quite serious accident. Well, he wasn't wearing a helmet, for one. So when the car hit him, he hit the pavement with his head, and yeah, that wasn't a good thing. So the result of that was, well, obviously after that the lawsuit started. Like, people, well, it was a student, a young student going to school with a car that hit him. So he was trying to weasel out. Like, he and his parents were just, well, it wasn't a pleasant experience. And well, basically my dad needed help, so I came back to my hometown where I live now, and from the capital where I was living before, because that's where I was working at IBM. So yeah, and I thought that's an opportunity. My family needs help. There are some ways to quit your job. If you're quitting your job because of well, if your family member needs assistance, and my dad was basically disabled after that accident, to keep, well, and my mother needed help, well, because of all the legal documents and so on, to help with that. I took that opportunity to quit my job at IBM with a pretty good severance package, because well, that's what the well, that's how the laws are here in Lithuania. So if you're quitting your job to, well, if you have to quit your job to take care of your relatives, oh, family members. Oh, I didn't have my own family, so yeah, well, my parents are my family, so let's see. So I took that as an opportunity to get some additional money to kickstart my own project and try to do something for myself. That's the the full story of how I got here. And then, well, this is like the prequel to everything I talked before Albion, before Discord bots, before cryptos, before, oh, I am currently elected as a chairman of the board of our homeowners association. I think it's called in English, but since I live in a flat in a apartment complex, oh, we manage the apartment complex. It's not a it's not the same thing as a homeowners association per se, but yeah, I'm a chairman there, so I have some responsibilities. Well, I'm doing other things, not just working on crypto and playing games. Well, even though that's majority of the time I spend on. So yeah, I took that. The legal things took a while. It took more than a year to win the, well, to all the things to get wrapped up there. And well, my dad actually got better. Like, he's currently just fine. He's back to, well, pretty much. Well, he was an odd guy before the accident. Now he's still an odd guy, but no, he seems fine. He was very into running, so he's a professional runner pretty much, and he's going back to participating in competitions and so on, even during the outbreak. Like, he doesn't really care about outbreaks or corona or anything like that. Well, he has his own life to live, so you know, even like, you know, I don't want to get too much into that. Like, I don't think that's all that important. Yeah, so he's all fine. Like, that all has passed. Another detail, I started getting issues with my sleep around, I don't remember, maybe a little bit before my dad's accident. Yeah, maybe, yeah, something about, I don't remember the exact, but yeah, I started getting issues with my sleep. Like, I couldn't get enough sleep. Like, like it's a type of insomnia, but that that you, it's not that you're I'm struggling to fall asleep. Like, I'm falling asleep fine. It's just the issue that I wake up too early. Like, I wake up way too early, like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. without any, like, even if it's silent and no one's disturbing me or anything. Like, that's the sort of issues I started having. So yeah, that kind of, well, it took me quite a while to figure out how to deal with it, how to live with it. But the result is that I can't really have a set schedule. Like, it's really difficult for me to be on, like, to commit myself to being on certain hours. Like, I can't really wake up at a certain hour. Like, that's my current approach. If I can sleep, I just sleep, because sleep, I lost quite a bit of sleep already, so I don't want to well, I value sleep quite a lot because of well, because eventually I get to the point where I can't get sleep, and when you don't get sleep, like, you're just, your head just doesn't function. Like, you can't really, like, a good example is just the amount of time it took me to figure out how to make a piece of code in Python to determine if the year is a leap year or not. Like, I think it took me more than half an hour to do that. So that's like, you can't really function all that much if you don't get enough sleep. So yeah, that's my priority number one, and like, I don't even yeah, I think that's the long and short of it. There isn't much to say more about it. So I don't really have a set schedule. I just try to do as much work where I can. Sleep is power, yeah, exactly. Sleep is power. Let's see. The next point. Oh yeah, well, considering all of that, in conclusion, like, where I was, like, this whole spiel was going to, is I really enjoyed streaming. I think I want to do this more seriously now, and well, to have a purpose, I want to do development on stream. Like, even some people even suggested that I should be developing the bots on stream, because, like, well, I don't remember, like a year ago, maybe more, like, when people were suggesting things, they said that you want, well, I was complaining that, well, oh yeah, he did an experiment, like, you can find a link to my Reddit in my Discord, like, in my well, I don't remember. Is it? I think it's in the instructions page, so you can see I experimented with posting regular updates, what I'm actually working on. Like, it's been a while ago though. When I was trying to rework the bot, or I don't remember what I was actually doing. So I tried doing that, and like, to make myself accountable, because, like, the problem with development I find for myself, like, I don't really, well, when I lose interest in something, it's really hard for me to continue working on it, especially when you don't really have as in a regular job, you usually have someone telling you what you need to do for today or for a week. Like you get a task and you get a certain amount to complete that task, and then it's your job to do it. So yeah, that's the issue I ran into when I was trying to do, well, in quotation marks, do my own thing. Because, well, I would just lose interest before finishing it, much like with trading bot right now. Like, it has potential. Like, it is obvious looking at the trading history that there is a way to make a bot, but I just like I'm almost there, and I just can't be bothered. Like, it's just not. Even though it would be very profitable, I'm just not sure if I'm gonna pull through. So I wanna try doing like a serious coding on stream. I think that would be interesting. I'm sure Risk would love it. So and hopefully people would appreciate it. But there is a but. Since I have a community, I kind of need to know that the community supports me as well, because it's really hard to justify doing this just with a hope. And well, you know, I'm 33. Like I can't just live on by hopes and dreams. Like I kind of need to know that people are actually supporting this. There's a but. Yes, there is a but. Okay, I'll explain it. So it's not like if I was 20, yeah, I would just go with it. And anyways, like I'm at the point where I would kind of need to either give up on the things I'm doing and try working, like coming back into the normal workforce, like working as a normal developer full time. But having issues with my sleep, that would interfere. It would leave very little time to do anything else that I would like. So, and probably all the projects I'm working on by myself, all extra stuff would have to go away. Since, well, I want to have a family and so on eventually. Like, that will require time and effort as well. Yeah, playing Minecraft can be also a good choice. Well, for someone your age, probably. Probably yes, it could be a good choice for someone my age. And well, if I fully gave up on my future life, then maybe yeah, I could keep playing Minecraft and get away with it. But I can't really justify it. Like, it just doesn't feel right. Why is this still here? I don't want to see the chat. Well, the in-game chat. Right. So yeah, so Minecraft is probably off the table. Like, that was a one-time thing to see what I feel like. Well, just to see what I think about streaming, how I feel about it, if I have the personality, let's say, or, well, in general, if I like it. Because, like, sitting here for how long? It's hour and 40 minutes and just talking into my screen. I don't think that's for everyone. People who saw me streaming, like who knew me, who know me in real life, and saw my streams, they said I can actually do that, and I have all of that. Like I should seriously think about doing this more seriously, or I shouldn't drop it. Well, so they provided me the let's say encouragement to think about this more seriously, and let's say, yeah. So that's why I came to even consider this. Because, well, big deal is my cousin who knows me in real life. He visited me physically. He was here in my room. Was it on second Christmas day, something like that? He was over here during Christmas. We went out for pizza, and, well, he took away his table that he lended to me, which was quite annoying because I have very few furniture. Like, my flat is I'm not sure. Like, it's I bought it. Well, I bought the flat. I think even before I quit IBM, I was already looking for a place to live, and the flats at my hometown were so cheap that I just bought one. Like I paid like 4,000 euros for a flat. Well, it was like 50 something square meters flat. So yeah, and I just took it because like that kind of that kind of money like wasn't really a big deal for a developer who's making like 2,500 a year. I mean a month. A year that would be like what 30,000. Like it doesn't sound all that much, but well, it is my net income or gross income. Well, whichever. It's already well, taxes are already taken away. So that's the actual amount I'm receiving to spend, because taxes are a big deal here in Europe. I know in USA like it's a bit different, but here in Europe, yeah, you pay a lot in taxes. Like my salary was quite high for me to even get close to 2,500 euros. I think net is is the expression. Well, basically, well. So I just bought it, I renovated, and I kind of quit my job before it was finished renovating, so I just left it like 90% done. Like many of other things I do. It's 90% done, but it's not quite there, but it's almost there. So yeah, I live in a flat like that as well. It's like it's a re-emerging pattern in my life, I guess. So well, hopefully I can fix that eventually. But yeah, now I don't really want to spend money if I don't have to on it. So I just it's good enough for me. I can live like this for a bit and see what happens. Yeah, Bob Ross, exactly. uh, let's see. So yeah, where I was going with this. My notes have stopped. I think I did all of. Oh, yeah, I talked all of everything I had on my notes. I can't remember what was the. Well, the important thing where I was going to, that I wanna stream development, but I really need. I want to know the people. Well, I have support from the community. I have that are actually using my bots. So what I want, what I expect, well, I will try doing this for a month or two, and well, that's my plan. I will start streaming pure development of what I'm actually developing. Like it will give me a motivation to actually do what I have to do instead of like constantly I go off into, well, I lose focus and start well, YouTube is my biggest biggest guilty pleasure, I guess you can say, because I'm constantly interested in something else. Like that's why I know so much about China, because I watch so much content about China. But moving to dev won't be easy. I have seen people with 10k subs and 30 watching. Well, it's not about the watch, like having a lot of viewers. Like that's not what I'm going for. Like if I create, like I'm able to create a quality piece of software that people are willing to pay money for. So that's the revenue I'm actually going for. And the streaming aspect would be just as an addition. Like it's not a main thing. I would be streaming for people who, well, some people might be interested in the development aspect, like yourself. You don't really care what my bot does or how it functions. You don't really plan on using it. Like you don't even play Albion online. So, well, for now at least. Or I don't really have a bot that you could actually use for yourself. So you're not interested in that. But there is quite a lot of people who might be interested in those aspects on what I'm specifically working on at the moment, because it kind of directly affects them because they are the users of already existing bots. For example, like the like quite a common complaint I get from my users. Well, well, everyone is a user pretty much on my Discord. So regardless if they are an admin or not on the server. So a most requested thing is to see the prices of the actual items, because some of the people, well, since my bot blew up and everyone is using it, well, everyone was using it, like, and eventually when I started monetizing it, some people find it more convenient to make a clone of my bot and instead of using it for free and, well, having it to set up a new one every 3 days, they decided to make their own versions, which is fine. Like, I'm not really opposed to that. I don't see anything wrong with it. Like, that's how I started. Like, I found someone's work, I saw how to make a better version of it, so I did. And people are starting to do that with my bot. And one of the improvements that they came up with, instead of showing all the items, well, on top of showing all the items and everything as what my bot does, and it's funny, I based my layout on how the kills are displayed in game, so it kind of looks similar to the in-game UI, and people really liked it apparently. So they implemented the clones, in quotation marks, of my bot are very similar in feel to my bot as well. But that might be just a coincidence because I'm basing it on how the in-game UI feels. So yeah, one of the things the improvements they did, they started including prices of individual items. Well, not individual, like the price of the kill, because that's what really, like, the most interesting part about the kill for a lot of players is how much actual value you got from that kill. Like, if you're running around with a group of friends and killing gatherers or just ganking people, well, ganking is just, if you don't know what ganking is like, don't worry about it. It's just activity in the game, group activity in the game that involves killing other players. So and usually when you gank, you want to split the loot you got. Like, if you kill someone really juicy, you got an expensive item, you want to split it like however many people were involved in ganking. So it wouldn't be like one player who got the kill, who has the quickest fingers, who managed to pick up that specific item, gets all the benefits. So that's usually not how it's done. And yeah, that's how I imagine majority of the people use bots like that. And seeing the actual value represented in in-game currency is, well, very useful. The problem with that kind of information is not actually available from the game, because how my bot actually implemented it, it takes all the information about the kills from the official sources. So if Albion online servers are not providing information, like, my bot doesn't work. And when it is working, like, my bot usually works. Like, well, at this point it's pretty much one-to-one. Like, I can't remember having a, well, I guess I had I had some downtime when electricity went out at my place. Even though I have a UPS and a separate network connection, like, I have a backup internet connection, which is on 5G instead of, it's not a wired connection, but I don't think it has enough bandwidth to facilitate all the users I have. And there's another issue with switching. Like, it works fine if I disconnect it, like, if I disconnected my server from the router normally, like plugging out the cord, then it works fine. But if when electricity goes down, the router's switching doesn't seem to work. I'm not really sure how to, well, can you just host it? What do you mean, just host it? I could. Well, I could, but I kind of enjoy doing it myself. So I have much more control over the whole environment when I'm hosting it myself. Also, it gives me an excuse to do research on how to manage a server well, the whole server infrastructure, since I have a reasonable understanding on how it's done. Like, I don't see why I should not do it myself. I could use a third-party provider, but the costs will be, well, for one, I don't think it would cover the hosting costs on a third-party provider. Like 30-50 euros, I don't think would be enough for hosting my server on like Amazon or Google Cloud or something like that. Because well, the volumes are quite high because I'm sending pictures. Like each kill is at least 2 pictures, because one picture has the equipment people used, and the other picture is well, it's all the loot that people, well, person who died had on him. So yeah, it would be a lot of traffic, and it's not really cacheable traffic. You know, like each kill is unique, so each image is unique, so you can't really cache that sort of content and like get any benefit from that. So the traffic is quite expensive. And another thing, I need quite a sizable database because, well, because of the amount of users I have, and like one kill, well, it doesn't mean that one kill gets sent only to one person, to one Discord, because you can have a bot. Well, first of all, you might have a kill system, like kill monitoring for both a victim and the killer. So both might want to see what happened, because some people, when they die, they get reimbursed and so on. So you kind of need a database where I can store the kills, so I can have a quick access to those kills, and so when I need to go, like, well, I guess I don't just simply have it. I think I have it implemented where I get a kill, then I look through all the configurations that are hit by that kill, well, match that kill, because you can have a kill set, well, a killbot set up for an alliance. So if you want to see all the kills from the alliance, then you have a bot. You can have a bot for a specific guild. Then you can have a for a specific player. Oh, my cousin. Oh, I sent him a not safe for work gif that he's just seen. Oh, that's funny. Believe me, it's really funny. It's hilarious. Oh. Right. Okay, so okay, so yeah, so people really want the long and short, like the point is that people really want to have the information about the value of items. So I let him know that I'm streaming because I can't really bother talking to him. Right. I don't want to have it closed. So yeah, that's a big issue. Well, that's a big request that people have, and I can't really. Well, the issue with implementing it, that the information about the, well, Albion developers are an odd bunch. Start with that. They had an odd way of developing new features. Well, I guess you can kind of understand it, that they really mostly focus on the things that bring them new income, new money, and just adding features like having an API that lets you query the prices of certain items. Like it's not really it's not gonna bring them any more money. If they were to charge for it, like, I don't think anyone would use it. Like, I would use it, but I wouldn't like I can afford to pay like a couple of €100 a year for like a yearly subscription to have access to that kind of data, but I'm not sure that's the kind of income they would be looking for to develop something like this, to have some resources assigned to develop features like that. So how people actually get that kind of information is there's a community, there is a community project called Albion Data or something like that. That's they developed a plugin that sniffs out data about the prices of the items from the game client. So basically, when you're playing the game, you have that running in the background, and whenever you open the marketplace and get the data about the prices, it sniffs that out and sends it to the central database from which they share that data with everyone for whatever the well. So there's a community-driven project like that, because I'm not the only developer who plays Albion. Like there's quite a few, it seems, and yeah, I'm not the only one who had a good idea of what to make, how to improve the quality, how to improve the life of average gamer in Albion. So that's how they get that kind of information. The issue I'm having, previously I disregarded this feature, and I'm still kind of hesitant because I don't want to start being reliable on third parties, because yes, it works fine now. Well, kind of. Even people who are using it like for their own guild, they say that the API is kind of slow and it's not really all that accurate. Like they sometimes get like really like nonsensical prices and so on. So yeah, it's like it has its own problems as it is, but the biggest problem is that it's not an official way of getting data. Like it's not coming from the game developers themselves. It's coming like from third-party software, which is, well, modding per se is not really allowed. Like you can't modify the client in any way. Like that's also immediately considered cheating, and you will get banned if you use additional software with your game. This is kind of in the gray area because it doesn't really give you any advantage in game, but it provides additional value for the community. So people are not getting banned who are using it, and yeah, so so it is of a dubious like origin, let's say, the data. And another thing is that the project already changed hands. So like the guy who started it is no longer running it. Someone else already took over the project, and well, as far as I know, I don't remember. Maybe it was I'm thinking about different, but in any case, it's a real possibility that someone will take over, and maybe they will have a different attitude, and maybe they wanna do something else with the project. And in that case, like, what am I to do? Like, then I'm kind of dependent on their project being operational and working as before for my bot to function properly. Because if I introduce a feature like this where I show prices or the value of the items, I will one day it suddenly stops working. Like much like now, if there's an issue with Albion API, where it's suddenly like recently throughout the holidays, like there was an issue for multiple weeks where the kills were delayed by 3 days, more or less 3-4 days. Some people said that they get kills from a week ago. So you do it, you get a kill in game, and then after a week you get my bot notifies them of that kill in Discord. So that's not, like that's not how it's supposed to work. and I'm only enough about Albion, but it's really important. Like, well, it's not really just for you though. Like, I wanna address all the people. Like, I think I will post this in my Discord for people to watch, and hopefully they will. Well, if someone actually finds time to watch the stream and wants to give me their feedback, because at the very end I will have like the well, like this is like a long intro to my second project. It's because like last couple of months I was streaming Minecraft for the build competition. Like the setup was uh, kind of there. I didn't have to do like, and now I think I have to explain, like this could be like the introduction. Like I hate typing. I don't want to type all of this. Like I barely managed to put some notes together to look to have something to look at while I'm talking. But I much prefer just talking. I can't understand a single thing. Looks like I have to start playing it. No, don't worry about playing it. Like this is just for this small rant. Don't worry about it. Like it's not meant for you specifically. It's aimed for towards the people who might potentially want to watch this video. So because I will make an announcement, I will ping every person in my Discord to say, well, give a concise thing what I'm doing. If they want to figure out everything, then I will link them to this video so they can watch the whole stream and see what it's about. Like I can probably even arrange it like I have it's kind of split by different themes. Like if they want to know like about certain things, they can skip around and like, well, but basically, yeah, this rant is meant aimed at them, not at you, but it's coming to an end, don't worry. So yeah, that's the issue I'm having, and I always dismissed it. Like I didn't really want to implement it because eventually the game developers will they are promising, they were promising to develop these kind of features into the API, so that you would be able to get data about item prices from the API, but they haven't done it so far, and I'm not sure. Well, I'm starting to doubt that it's will be implemented, even though they promise. But you know, being a developer myself, I can really definitely see how you can promise a lot more than than you can actually implement, especially with limited resources. And I imagine indie developers don't really have that many spare resources to throw just to the projects that won't have any return on investment. So I can't understand them, but on the other hand, they promised to implement that at some point. So I was kind of waiting for them to actually do the proper first-party like API that I can extract the data about the prices of the items, and then I was planning on implementing it into my bot, but yeah, that's not happening. I'm not sure. More than a year, definitely. Has passed, maybe more than 2 years at this point. I stopped keeping track, and as far as I know, it's not. Well, even today I had a discussion with another developer who's still playing the game, and he has his own bot. Well, he's also a developer. I think I mentioned. Well, whatever. So I had a chat with him, and he said that he explained the way he gets the data about the item prices, and it's still not available through the official API. So if I want to implement it, I have to make a deal, probably. Well, considering the amount of users I have, yeah, I need to probably have to discuss if it would be okay for me to use the data by that third party, because, well, I don't want, even though it is publicly accessible, I don't think it would be well received if I just started using it and hammering it with requests for each kill, for each item that like my bot posts a lot of kills. I haven't looked into the logs recently. I guess I could. Yeah, that could be fun to showcase the logs a little bit, just to see the volume of kills that we're talking about. Because I feel like that could definitely add. Let's see, let's connect server. It's so long. Not the server. I think Risk would like this. Well, I think this you would find this interesting. I just type in my password somewhere. I just typed it wrong. Let's see, AO killbot, yes. Here. Logs. The hell? My keyboard messed up. Give me a second. Hail. Oh, I think I have language select. Okay. Make it a little bit nicer. So, second, I'll switch. Wrong window. This one can be switched to console. Okay. Visible. Yeah, so this is the output of my killbot. This is one of the bots, and this is like live. So let's see, these well, 200 is HTTP response code. So it says that the response, well, it basically means it's okay, it went through. Like if you get like 404, and it means like this webhook someone provided, it doesn't exist. Like they either deleted it or like they just made a mistake and it's not working. So this kill that was being posted didn't go through. So well, so this is how the logs are. Like we can watch it real time, because so each of these lines. This is well, every 20 seconds I check for new kills, but the kills are actually updated every 60 seconds. So usually you have like 3 attempts without hitting any new kills, and then now the next one should have some kills. So, but yeah, so yeah, you see it now. Like during the last minute, you get this amount of kills, and yeah, so these are the kills, and then when they publish successfully to Discord, you get the response 200, and well, you can track using these thread IDs. See, and then if you need, if that kill needs to be sent to multiple recipients, then you get a repeating message like this, that this is the same kill is being sent to another configuration, and these are just IDs, event and kill and configuration. This is my internal ID, so this is 73,811th bot set up. So I have at least 73,800 bots in my system that were configured throughout the whole time. So I have a lot of bots. And the volumes, well, I guess it's not too crazy. I'm not sure, maybe it's not really yet, it's maybe not the prime time. Usually a lot of kills happen just before the hour ticks over, because that's, well, that's how the game is set up. That's usually how the objectives are fought for, just before the new hour. Oh, okay, whatever. So yeah, imagine now if I have to, like this kill, I guess we can, well, if you open up a kill, I guess I can show it. Oh, Risk might be interested to see what I'm actually talking about, so it would be a good way to illustrate it. Let's see, well, I don't really want to show, well, I guess you can by yourself, but bot test, killbot test 2, I need test channel. Okay. These are very sad kills. The skill has some items. Yeah, one juicy kills with a lot of, one has a lot of items. So in my whole Discord. Where is my Discord now? A long list of windows. I'm not really well prepared for streaming. Yeah. What? So, well, in the meantime, I want to hear your opinion. Would you, since I don't really have a camera, I'm not gonna be streaming showing my face anytime soon, ever, preferably. But what I can do is add an avatar, like a VTuber. Like that's kind of what people are currently doing, and maybe it is a little bit more interactive. I'm not sure. What do you think? Would it be a good idea to try set something up? Risk. Hey, Discord, found it. I just need to adjust it. Oh wait, that was actually on stream. Damn. That's... well, that's not what I meant. I didn't mean to show. Okay, well, it doesn't really matter. You saw what the list of channels I'm in and icons. Okay, that's not a big deal. I'm not doxing myself and I'm not really showing any sensitive information. That's the key part. Let's see. So yeah, looking at Discord, like, well, users are not really that important, but yeah, so this is the example how the bot looks like. So this is the kill. Yeah, well, you can see the kill data. So there's a bunch of items people are wearing, and there's a bunch of items that the person was carrying. So this would be a data about a kill. Well, in this case, it was a death. So I was subscribing, like this bot was notifying about this guy dying, and he lost all of the stuff because he had this in his inventory. So if I had, like, you can see, well, you saw the amount of kills I'm posting each minute, and for each of these I would have to ping some poor guy's third party hosted. I'm not even sure how he he pays for it. Like I don't want to hammer his server for each time I need to get a price of an item. So that's the issue I'm having. So I would have to make some sort of arrangements if I want to use that third-party service. And I guess we can go back. So any of those skills can have, and this is not really the highest amount possible. Like you can have like 5 rows of items if your inventory is full. So it might take a toll on a server that's not really prepared to handle that many requests. So that's why I'm hesitant to just implementing this flat out like it is. So in any case, I would have to work with current developers and maintainers, see what they feel about it, and maybe I imagine they will probably ask me to pay for it as well to have the level of access I want, like because if the kills, like the information is delayed by a couple of seconds, like I would need to parallelize everything, like, well, pretty much how it's done here. Like you get a bunch of kills and you basically post them all at once, like, and only then you get response. Like it's fully, like it's all done in parallel. So in parallel I would hit all the items for all these skills. Like this is not easy to handle for a like random server. So I'm not even sure what kind of setup, well, what kind of arrangement I could come up with. Maybe I could just download, well, from what I understand, they update the service, the data in the database 2 times a day or something like that. So maybe I could do the same thing. I just, when it's updated, I just copy it my local database and just query that as I do with skills. That could be an option. Well, I need to have an arrangement of some sort, I think, because there are a lot of items as well. Even if I only do it twice a day, it will still be a significant amount of traffic. But I'm not sure. I haven't talked to them, so I have no idea what the situation is. Maybe they have a really robust server that is fully capable of managing this amount of requests. But yeah, and this is not even really high. Like this amount of kills is just quite low. Like this is very low intensity. Oh, the file has rolled. It's so sluggish. Happening with my console. Feels like my connection is dying. Oh, it is working. Just... well, okay. I have no idea what happened here. I'm really interested, but... oh, okay. It doesn't matter if it's still posting updates. It's waiting now. I guess the file rolled and something happened and it started reading the new file at some point. Well, doesn't matter. Yeah, so it is complicated. It's not as easy as just putting in the price of the item. Like there is a large amount of work that needs to be put in. On the top of that, I kind of want to do it some better way than I currently see people doing it, because it's not that I'm against this feature. I would love to have price in my bot, but like it's just not that simple. And I just don't want to have like the price like others do, where you just have a flat total of all the items. They just add everything up and they say that, oh, okay, that's the value. Because like prices of individual items, since it's not coming from first party, it's not that reliable. Sometimes you get like odd data where someone is, I'm not sure what the purpose is. Maybe someone's trying to transfer some wealth and don't want to be like, real money trading is a real thing in Albion. People seem to be doing that quite a lot, and developers really are firmly against it. So there are a bunch of ways people are very creative. So they figure out a bunch of ways to circumvent all the what would you say, the tools developers use to combat real money trading. And sometimes just selling something like a garbage item for obscene amount of in-game currency is maybe sometimes done as a way to circumvent the monitoring, the detection system that is in place to see, to catch people doing real money trading. So yeah, you get odd prices like that sometimes, like a tier 5 bag costs like 50 million or 30 million or like something absurd like this. Like there are items that cost that much, but usually they're quite valuable items. You wouldn't find them just as a random loot. Like, yeah, that's like special reward items or yes, stuff you get for participating or completing an event or stuff like that. That's the things we are talking about that have that sort of value. So yeah, the data is not really all that reliable. So from third parties. So and I want to do it a little bit better. I want to have like a price of each individual item listed. I don't want to have just a total sum, because, well, if there's one item that has a fake price, then yeah, the whole total is like void, because you have no idea how much of it is true and how much of it is just nonsense. So if you get like a full inventory of items, like you caught someone transporting a bunch of stuff for their guild, and yeah, he had a bunch of like just gear, a full inventory of sets, and like you get a price of like 50 million, and you see like there's nothing above tier 6, like it's tier 6 at best, and there are no full stacks of items and so on. Like there's obviously the price is not correct, well, just by looking at what that was the example I actually got, so that's what I saw actually happen. So you get the transport, it has a lot of items, and one item has a free price, and that the whole thing is void, because you have no idea which item it's inflates the price and by how much. So to avoid that, I want to do something better and so on. So it would be quite a substantial amount of work, but I'm willing to do that. That's where I'm getting. If I get the developers who created that Albion Data project, or who are currently in ownership of it, I would be, no, I could implement it into my bot. I need some additional hosting. Like I would need a proxy to hide my server behind, because I don't really want to expose my IP to some third party. Like I'm okay with SBI knowing my IP, because like if they mess up and my IP gets becomes public, maybe it is already public. I don't really know. Like I don't really click on links when people just send me a link or something. I usually don't click on those. Now, if I do, if I suspect anything fishy, and usually there is something fishy, especially like people from my Discord know that it is a quite often sight to see someone spamming. Maybe people don't actually see it because my mods are really great, Noloko included. Like she's awesome, and I have a couple of people who are helping me with maintaining the order in my Discord, because since it has a lot of people in it, and like the links to join are quite widely distributed, and like there are no hurdles. Like you get quite a few spam posts that advertise. Like Discord Nitro is the big thing. We haven't gotten any crypto scams just yet, but yeah, I get those in my DMs, mostly because of the Discord servers I'm in, because I'm all of that has been explained already. So I'm really into crypto, so I'm part of a bunch of Discord servers relating to that as well, and they kind of, yeah, you get constant spam about some crypto going to the moon. Oh, it's a scam basically, pump and dumps and so on. So yeah, I'm not getting that, but I'm getting at least I used to get a lot of Discord Nitro scams on my Discord server. It seems to die down recently, but yeah, it used to be a major headache. Where I was going with that? I don't remember. Did I 0.001 Ethereum for 1 Ethereum? Well, no, it usually doesn't go like that. Yamson, yeah. Well, that doesn't sound like a good deal. Like you wouldn't scam many people with that. I would say usually it goes like, oh, we're organizing a pump and dump. If you want to get in, come to our Discord. Here's the link, and we're gonna be pumping this type of coin, and yeah, like it's pretending to be like, well, yeah, that's how the scams usually go. It's not that obvious. Like if like you're very fresh and you have no experience with cryptos, and you just like you're at the level where you just heard about what pump and dump is, and you only well, the exposure you got to that sort of thing is that people make a lot of money doing pump and dumps. I definitely want to know about crypto. Well, you know, you can ask me at any point. Like I'm willing to rant about crypto for hours because I spent I spent significant amount of money on with crypto related stuff and a significant amount of time researching and just consuming content about cryptos. So pump and dump means rising the value of particular currency and then buying it. No, and then you sell it. That's the idea. So how pump and dumps? Well, pump and dump scheme is simple. You well, it doesn't have to be cryptos. It could be anything. You basically find an asset that is really cheap. Like, well, it usually is cheap because it's crap. So you find some crappy stuff, and then you start slowly buying it. So buying it for dirt cheap. So you have a bunch of things. Well, in this case, crypto. Crypto is very convenient because transferring it is very easy. You don't have to have a warehouse or anything. Or, well, it used to be quite popular with stocks, but it is illegal with stocks. Well, at some point it wasn't illegal, but but yeah, that's why it became illegal, because people were just buying up cheap stocks, well, or cryptos in this case, let's say, for very well, for what they are actually worth, like pretty much next to nothing, because they are worthless objectively. So there are plenty of shitcoins like that. So you have your picking. You can, and then when you have a huge amount of them, like a good example would be, I think I have Shiba Inu. Like, I just thought I wanna invest in some shitcoin. I bought 1.6 million of Shiba Inu coin. I think I don't even remember. I don't even care. Like, it cost me like 30 bucks, 30 euros or something like that. I had that amount laying around in my well, it was a leftover from other trading I did with more serious cryptos, and I thought, why not? Like, it's funny, why not? I bought one, and it totaled to 1.6 million. So now, if I want to do a pump and dump, I would start advertising and just saying how good it is. Or no, if I want to do a pump and dump, well, I would start promoting it to people, so people would start buying it. Because when people buy it, the price increases. And what the people who are scamming, they are telling you to get into early. Like, they are saying that now is the buying up stage, so the price is still low and it's gonna go way higher than it is now. But what actually is going on? 1.6, yeah, that is a very large number, even though it's not worth, like, yeah, it's worth. I think like the value went down even. So if I sold all of it now, yeah, I would get less than 30 euros back. It's yeah, it's a shitcoin for a good reason. So yeah, so pump and dump works like this. Then when you have a bunch of it, you start advertising it to everyone, like this, like promising people huge returns, that the price will increase. You have to invest, like you would be like basically advertising in any way, like bots spamming shit. Like, that's a usually go-to method, fishing for people who don't really have good understanding of cryptos and have very little exposure to scams, but have like some income that they would be willing to invest. Yeah, so you get a bunch of people buying up some worthless crap, either stock or crypto, and then when the price increases, you suddenly sell everything you accumulated over that time, or well, you bought yourself, and you crash the price that way, and you cash out with all the money, because the price had increased so much that your investment, your return on investment is like tenfold maybe even 100 times the like the price increases maybe 10 to 100 times what you actually, well, what it was actually worth at the very beginning, and then you crash the price and it goes even below the previous value. So you basically, that's how you rob money from people using pump and dump schemes. Wolf of Wall Street shitcoin version. I'm not, well, maybe I don't remember the plot of Wolf of Wall Street. It's a little bit scummier, I would say, than just shenanigans with the in the stock market. So yeah, like it is very indiscriminate. So you are just targeting, especially with spam bots, and like it's very easy to catch people who are quite desperate, and they are maybe in a very dire financial situation, and they just want to make money, and they have, well, they are not knowledgeable enough to understand that this is a scam, and they just invest either the last money they have, or they even start borrowing money to invest, because they just don't know any better, and they think that it is such a good way. Like if when you see the returns that you can invest like 1,000 and get back 100,000 in a couple of days, like you can see why people would be willing to go along with it. But yeah, you just need to realize, like, you're not the one who's gonna make everyone else a sucker. You're the one who's gonna be the sucker in the end. So that's, that's how the pump and dump scams work. Not about you give me something, I'll give you something in return that's not that valuable. So that's the so yeah. But in conclusion, before I end the stream, because I actually need to go shopping, so I want to end in like 10-15 minutes. Yeah, the conclusion is what I want, what I expect throughout this period. Like I have a bunch of things I want to do with the bot. I guess tomorrow I have to add a notebook to my tomorrow's thing, so I wouldn't forget that tomorrow I need to sanitize all of my source code, so I wouldn't be exposing like keys and IPs and things like that on stream, because I will see sanitize. Wait, it's Friday. Oh yeah, guys, source code. Yeah, so I wouldn't get into a situation where I accidentally expose my private keys to my bot or something, because that could be potentially, like, that would be a risk I don't want to take. So yeah, I'll do that. But what I expect, if I get, like, what I want from my actual users, to show their support, like, there's quite a few of them, and my hope is, the thinking is, like, I don't really ask much from them, but not much from a lot of people amounts to a substantial amount. And what I want as a support is for them to actually come here, follow me, like, or go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and so they would get notifications when I start streaming, and when I start streaming, just watch the stream. Well, they don't have to be physically here and monitoring each line of code I'm writing. Well, if they want to talk, like, they obviously can, like, that's encouraged, but just to show your support, come here, open the stream, and have it running. Like, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to advertise that you should have it in the background somewhere, but that's the kind of support I'm looking for from my community who are actually using the bot. It will also give, I know the risk will be watching. So risk is I would say is the MVP so far. I hopefully he will enjoy that type of content, seeing actual development in action of actual products. Because I think if I was in his shoes, I would be interested in that sort of content as well. But from the rest of you, yeah, at the very least, I expect you to come here, follow, subscribe and have my stream open, or well, I imagine some of you will have opinions in like I will ping all of the people in my Discord, which is like close to 3,700 people, and yeah, I imagine some of them will have opinions that want to be heard, which is fine. I'm I think I'm a patient person, so yeah, it's gonna be an interesting experiment. Like uh, I wrote this as well. So in conclusion, like I like to see myself as an honest person. So I think this is the most honest way to start a project like this. I was here in the whole stream. The topics were quite interesting today. Don't know about the Albion part. Well, it will be interesting for those who are actually using my bot, and yeah, because they actually know what I'm talking about. I understand for you it wasn't all that interesting, but yeah, the rest of it's like a long intro into, well, introducing more about myself, my history, yeah. But yeah, so I want to think of myself as an honest person. So if someone thinks that I'm dishonest, I have some good stories to tell with the bot as well. Oh, I blackmailed a guild into giving me money because I was salty because they killed me, they ganked me. Oh, I lost so much good stuff then. Oh, but that's a story for another time. But in general, I'd say I'm an honest person. Oh, I was so salty back then. Oh, okay, well. But that was before you had actually to pay for the bot. That was way back when it was just blowing up. It was at the very beginning, and like like I didn't ask, like the bots didn't have a date when they will stop functioning and so on. Like it was quite early. So yeah, that was funny. Right. So yeah, but in general, I'd say I'm an honest person. I would like to think of myself at least as an honest person, and I think that's how an honest person, like this is the most honest way I can think of. Like that's kind of my brand on quotes unquotes, because like I believe in honesty myself in my life in general, and like I like to take that honest, direct approach to many things, maybe too many things. I guess the time will show. But yeah, that's my first instinct usually. So that's why I decided to start streaming this manner. Oh, start this project of streaming this manner. Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess if not really important, I guess everything else. Well, if it's not important, I guess yeah, after saying I'm an honest person, I suddenly decided not to. Well, I think since I covered pretty much all aspects of my life, I guess some people would be wondering about my personal life, but I don't really have a personal life. I've been single for a long time, and with all the complications, with my sleep, with dad's accident, and not having a job for quite a while, like I didn't really feel like it's the right time to have let's say a family. Maybe that's the thing you kind of start thinking about at this age. So yeah, that's why I'm single and haven't really. Yeah, I've been single for quite a time. Well, multiple years. If that's relevant, I don't think it's relevant though. So hopefully eventually it will change. I'm not really like I'm kind of positive person in general. Like this is what I've kind of planned out for myself, and I'm living it. So I'm not blaming anyone for. Like I'd like to see, like I in general. That's yeah. There are one really good quote I wanna still say. Like my favorite quote, but in general, like I like to go through my life as well. I see my life as a sequence of opportunities. Like starting with the opportunity to go to work for a big company, when I got an invitation to work for IBM, even though I enjoyed working as a developer for that small company, like the people that company were great. They taught me a lot, and yeah, I have no bad things to say about them. Everyone was there was great. The company itself was great. The product was great. Like, it's not like other major companies. Like if you go work for Facebook, like you kind of know that yeah, it has a dark side. Like, none of that. Like that company was great, and I imagine they are still great, and all the people were great. But if I got an opportunity to go to work for IBM, I took it. When I got, well, even things like my dad's accent, I saw that as an opportunity, like to change direction in my life. So yeah, all of these things, my like, and combining all of the things I talked about today, I think as a person who takes opportunities, like try to identify opportunities when they come, and well, try to well, commit himself, maybe not, that's not the right, to make use of those opportunities, even if it's just to see how it looks like. That's like, so as that kind of person with that kind of mentality, I think, considering this, the enjoyment I got from interacting with people when streaming, also I think I'm pretty good at explaining things. So it is definitely my strong side. I rarely fail to explain a subject to someone who actually wants to know it. So if someone has a genuine question, I have knowledge to answer. Like I rarely fail to provide the answer. So so that's another aspect. The bot, I had the success I had with the bot so far, and yeah, like just the current situation, like I take everything into like if I look at everything in a whole, like I see like this could be an opportunity. So I would like to take a chance at streaming like this. Like if I manage, like what I expect, like well, if I get the support on one hand, that's what I expect from my community, to show the support that this is actually a good idea in a way. Well, they follow, subscribe, and watch the stream. Well, watching maybe is a bit of a stretch, maybe just having it open if they can or care. Like, I don't know, we'll see. It's like the ideal situation, like this is what the rosy way with the rainbow at the end. Like this is how I imagine, like through rose tinted glasses, if everything looked worked out perfectly. But for myself, what I expect to actually finish those projects I've been working on. I was promising to do new features, like this whole implementation of like the value of items, for example. Also, I have other bots I want to work on, like maybe guild management in general. I think that's a very useful bot to have, because at least from my experience when I was playing Albion, like, or maybe other games where you have communities organized in Discord, it is a hassle to manage a whole guild. So it would be nice to have a framework that allows you to minimize the amount of work it requires from people who are leading the guilds or managing them, because it is a lot of effort. Like being close to the, like being in the core group of Haze that came from like quite humble origins, like to being big of a big enough players to smash like major alliances in the game. Like Risk has no idea, but people who are from Albion, they will know how big of an accomplishment that is. Like when I mean huge, like I mean alliances that have tens of thousands of players. And we were they couldn't take us down. So, and it is just full loot, flat out full loot PvP, basically no rules. So we come to fight, they come to fight, and just whoever gets the other person to 0 health wins. So that's basic rules. So and it's not really doable with like 10 or 15 people. Like you have to have a substantial amount. You have to be leading another group of like hundreds of players if you want to fight another huge blob of hundreds of players. And because in one instance you only can have like 400 players, and yeah, so usually the fights are of like the hugest fights like in one instance will be of hundreds of players. But the upside, if you have 10,000 players, you can have, when people die, you can have new people constantly coming in and wiping constantly, like just like waves smashing into the rocks. Eventually the rocks get loose. Like one person dies there, another there, and then eventually you just run out of people because the zone is so clogged up. You can't really just rejoin because it's not that easy. So yeah, sometimes you can. Depending on the setup, sometimes, when you're fighting on a territory, yeah, you can actually, it is a little bit easier to rejoin because of the hideouts and other mechanics in game. But yeah, it's to get to that point, in any case, you need to have a decent size, decently sized group of players you are managing. And I saw that part, and yeah, it could really benefit from some automation that could be easily implemented through bots on Discord. So that's another project. It's actually a very huge project because the amount of features and the design required to make it usable, not just functional, but actually beneficial to use, and it is quite a substantial amount of work, and I can only justify investing that much of time to create something like this if I'm doing something along, if I'm streaming, for example. Like that's I would say that's a good way to justify that from my side. So what I expect from myself is to at the end have something tangible that's actually functional, good quality. Like I can make quality solutions. That's looking at my bot, like just from the amount of users I have, I can see that it is at least at a level of quality where actually now I thought of one thing, like that's completely unrelated. You can't really see what items trashed in the killbot reports, because I don't really get the information, because some of the items will trash when you kill someone. So not everything just drops. Some like percentage of items trash, like it's 20 or I think it's 20, 15 or 20. I think it depends on what type of gear you're dropping. It might trash. So yeah, and I don't get that information. So yeah, that's an odd problem. Well, I guess I'll come to that eventually. Well, I don't think I can even do anything about it. So yeah, I expect from myself to actually have something done at the end, and I think I'm not sure. Risk didn't respond, so I'll ask again. What do you think about adding an avatar on stream? Because I want to make the setup a little, since I will be taking this a little bit more seriously. I want to have a more professional looking setup for streaming, because this is just, it's functional, it works, much like my flat, but it's not really inviting. Avatar, well, are you familiar with VTubers, where they have well, since I don't have a webcam to show my face, and I don't really want to, like if I don't have to, like I don't see much benefit of having a webcam facing me. But I want to have, like, I'm thinking maybe adding an avatar that reacts to my voice when when I speak. He will just, well, it will look like he's speaking, like emulating my voice. They have an anime filter. Yes, something like that. But I imagine you can do that without the camera as well. That is not actually monitoring my head movement, it's just talking when I'm talking. Well, imitating talking, so just yapping its mouth when my microphone is active, which probably will be constantly. But, well, very likely. Well, unless I'm really into coding, so let's see how that looks. But yeah, and randomly moving, maybe even reacting, well, tracking my clicks or my mouse, so head movement could be related to that. I not think it's a good idea. Yeah, I think it would be a like, yeah, just having an avatar like that. Maybe even from Minecraft. I really liked my Minecraft skin. I really like this avatar I use on Discord and on Twitch now that Beluga made for me. It's another guy that watched my streams quite regularly. Oh, well, my Minecraft skin is not Steve. I'm talking about my Minecraft skin that I was using during the build competition. I didn't really showcase it all that much. Now when I think of it, it looks like the hair looks like PewDiePie's skin, like, but different color. Like it's a messy hair, it has glasses, and like those, they remind me of Star Trek or something. Your skin is great, it will be more personal. Yeah, I think, well, I wouldn't use an anime avatar or just random anime avatar, like some people seem to just take a random anime girl, especially if you're a guy, like why are you using anime girl for an avatar? Like, I don't really get things like that. Well, I guess it drives more people to your stream, like it will click on your stream if they want to actually see if that's actually a girl streaming, but you know, I'm not really. Well, that doesn't sound honest to me, so I'm not really planning on doing that. Well, I can definitely say I'm not gonna do that. It's just dumb, in my opinion. Well, but for those people, I understand why they are doing it. It's to get more traffic. Well, I would sooner just end this experiment and decide that it's not really worth streaming, rather than do something like that. But having an avatar, I think, would be cool, kind of. Because I like if he's, especially if I can make him track my mouse with his eyes, so I can always have my mouse somewhere where, well, usually you are looking at something where your mouse is. Like, you can definitely tell I'm looking at these numbers because my mouse is there. Because you usually don't have mouse somewhere where you don't look. Like, you always have it where you look. So if there's a guy in the corner looking at my mouse the whole time, or maybe mimicking the movement with my mouse, you can kind of tell. Like, it's additional layer of interaction, which is here or there, but I think it could be interesting. It would look more professional, in my opinion. I don't really want all the banners running around. It would be cool to get 50 followers and 3 consecutive viewers per stream. So I'm hoping to hit that at the very least from like thousands of people on my Discord when I make the announcement. Well, obviously not. Well, today was just like a very ad hoc, on the spot thing. Yes, your ideas are great. No wonder why you create Discord bots which are successful. Well, hopefully it's gonna be. That's. Having good ideas is it's a blessing and a curse. because you come up with something better before you're finishing. You're finishing like that's how I feel. I come up with an idea that I like, a good idea, and before I finish implementing it, I come up with something even better, and I want to work on that. That's why I run out of steam. Like I lose interest on the previous idea, which was already good. I should have just kept on. If I kept on working on the first thing, if I kept on mining with Ethereum, like I would have made a decent amount of money. But when the price crashed, I started doing something else, and I dismantled the machine, and like forgot about that half Ethereum, and I don't even know what I did with it. I eventually sold it. I don't even know what I think I got a couple of €100 for it. But yeah, so even looking back then, like kind of dumb ideas like that, if I just stuck with it, it would have paid off significantly. So yeah, that's what I that's how I that's what I think when I hear that my ideas are good. Like, yeah, I actually get that quite often. Like people I know, that's why I kind of get away with doing dumb things like streaming, not having a job, like that are generally like frowned upon in real life, and my relatives are kind of okay with it. Like they because they kind of have the same feeling. Like they always all say, oh, you have a good idea and so on. You can definitely do that. Which is, yeah, you know, I guess true. If people keep repeating that, there must be some truth to that. That's my logic, at least. Right. Yeah, I really need to go shopping before the shops close, because I'm actually out of food at the moment. So in the end, oh yeah, my favorite quote. Well, I don't remember. I know that it was made by a mathematician. I don't remember if it was a French one or French mathematician or German. It doesn't really matter. Like the substance is what matters. And the quote is, it was about the meaning of life. Like he said, like his quote was, "We are here to serve others. What others are here for, I don't know." So I really like that kind of attitude, that he has the understanding that we are here to help each other, and like that's what I want to do. Like I would strive, like if I manage to do that throughout my life, I would be happy. And I see like streaming and writing bots for communities like this, I feel like that is a good use of my time, because I will be providing service. Like I could make more money by implementing like something else for a big company, but it's not as fulfilling, because I've done that. I've been there, done that. I know that the money is there. If I like, so that's my backup plan. So if this doesn't work out, I'll just go back to IBM or some other company that will. I get offers like. I just don't check the email. Okay, let's take a look at the email. I think it will ask for my password. Give me a second, because I get a bunch of requests. Like constantly, people are bombarding. Oh, are you interested? Like they see my profile on LinkedIn. Let's see. My Hotmail. Well, this is the correct password. Yeah, it is. Oh yeah, so even today I got a request from LinkedIn. A recruiter wants me to add me to their network. So oh yeah, Brain Trust, another LinkedIn, another invite. Like I guess people eventually just gave up on just sending me job offers, concrete job offers, but I get plenty of those. So there's definitely a way out for me. So I'm not really in a desperate situation where this has to work out or I'm screwed. So, but it would be nice. It would be nice to have my own schedule, like where I could adapt to my sleep and have enough free time to do something else. Yeah. So I guess that's the conclusion. So that would be my way of serving others. And if others choose, well, you can like. I'm not looking down on people who are gaming. Like, I'm a gamer. Like, I have plenty of stories about gaming to tell from my uni days, and I was really good at Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike 1.6, that was the legend. I tried to get into League of Legends. Well, okay, I'm going off again, and like the shops will close in 45 minutes, so. Right. I'm done for today. I'll make an announcement, see if people watch it, and yeah. Tomorrow, I don't think I will be streaming tomorrow though. Yeah, not tomorrow, on Saturday. Yeah, on Saturday I will start with development. Tomorrow I'll just do some prep work. Maybe do some research on the avatar thing, if I can actually add that. Well, sanitizing the code is quite important, so I wouldn't dox myself while streaming. I need to actually figure out a layout that would make sense, where I could show what I want. Yeah, well, whatever. Yeah, tomorrow no stream. Saturday I will start streaming. I will try to come up with a schedule. Maybe I will stream 2 times a day. I kind of want to stream in the evening and in early morning, so I could get to interact with users on both European side and the American side. That would be the perfect combination, because usually I don't have issues waking up early, so might as well use that time. And yeah, I'm pretty sure Risk would appreciate me ending streams earlier, and I kind of prefer than streams before it's midnight, like maybe at 10 local time, and just go to bed, because, well, it's better for my sleep schedule. And yeah, I would rather just start streaming at 7 a.m. something my time to do some more work and interact with because I have users from all over the world. Oh, right. Okay, now I'm done. I think I've said everything I wanted, even more. Maybe some of the things I shouldn't have said, but we'll see. I'll see what happens. 3 hours. I planned it to be 2 hours, and okay, it's been okay. See you, Risk, or everyone who watches this video, or whatever.